Hello everyone, this is me, Yash sir, back again with two new stories. Today is the 9th of May, so it's Mother's Day. And before we start our stories, I'd like to wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day on behalf of the entire Yashshree family. Thank you for always being with us. Thank you for taking care of us. Thank you for giving us birth and all that you do for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No matter how many times I say thank you, it is still less in comparison to what you are doing for us. Thank you. So, I have two new stories for you. The first one is um, Llama Wakey Wake. This is a story for the younger ones out there for nursery playgroup, LKG, UKG, first standard and second standard. So this is a story that's very close to my heart, and you'll get to know why it's very close to my heart when we read it. Okay, I'm ready now. So let's begin with the first story that we have for today. It's Llama Wakey Wake. Llama, wakey wake. Time to wiggle, time to shake. It's time for Llama to wake up. Llama is an animal like a sheep. So it's time to wiggle out of the bed and time to shake up all the lethargy and get ready for a brand new day. Brush your teeth and comb your hair. Find some nice clean clothes to wear. Eat your breakfast, make a snack. Get the coat and grab the pack. You should help mommy make a snack for you in the morning. And you should get your own stuff. Get the coat and grab the pack. A kiss for me, a kiss for you. Time to start the day brand new. So it's a brand new day. And Llama is waking up from her bed. She is wiggling out of her bed and she is going to get ready for her school or for whatever she wants to do in the day. And she brushes her own teeth, combs her own hair, helps mummy to make a snack for her, and then takes her own stuff and then she leaves for the day. So, the reason why this book is so close to me, like I said in the beginning, is because this book speaks miles about how independent can a child be, and if we parents let our child be independent, that is, and this book is has been really influential in teaching me how to let my son be independent. He's just 4 years old now and he can do all of the stuff that I've just mentioned in the book. It's the inspiration that I got was from this book, so that's why it's really close to my heart. So let's begin with the next story that we have for us. It's called The Highway Rat. This book is written by Julia Donaldson, and the illustrations meaning the drawings that you see in the book, are done by Axel Scheffler. Okay, so let's get on with it. The highway rat was a baddie. The highway rat was a beast. He took what he wanted and ate what he took. His life was one long feast. His teeth were sharp and yellow. His manners were rough and rude. And the highway rat went riding, riding along the highway and stealing the traveler's food. So, this is the highway rat that you see over here. He likes to steal food from the people that are traveling on the highway. And the writer says that the highway rat has sharp yellow teeth and he's got a rough attitude. A rabbit came hopping along the road, then stopped with her paws in the air. For blocking her way was the highway rat, who cried out, "Who goes there? Give me your pastries and puddings. Give me your chocolate and cake. For I am the rat of the highway. The highway. The highway. Yes, I am the rat of the highway. And whatever I want, I take." "I have no cakes," the rabbit replied. "I just have a bunch of clover." The highway rat gave a scornful look, but he ordered, "Hand it over." "This clover is bound to be tasteless. This clover is dull as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and this clover belongs to me." So the highway rat is acting selfish and he is taking the clover that this little rabbit has from her. He says that this clover belongs to me because I am the rat of the highway. A squirrel came bounding along the road, then stopped with a shake and a shiver, for reining his horse was the highway rat, who thundered, "Stand and deliver! Give me your buns and your biscuits. Give me your chocolate eclairs, for I am the rat of the highway. The highway! The highway! Yes, I am the rat of the highway, and the rat thief never shares." "I have no buns," the squirrel replied. "I just have a sack of nuts." The robber snatched the sack and snarled, "I'll have no ifs or buts. These nuts are probably rotten. These nuts are as hard as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and these nuts belong to me." So the highway rat has found another victim on the road. The reason why I call them a victim is because they are really scared of the highway rat, and the highway rat is forcefully taking their food away from them. So the highway rat thinks that in this bag of the squirrel has buns and biscuits and chocolate eclairs, but the squirrel doesn't have any of those. He has nuts. But since he has found the squirrel, he wants to take the nuts away too, because he's the highway rat and he's rude. Some ants came crawling along the road, then stopped with a somersault, for baring his teeth was the highway rat, who bellowed a deafening, "Halt! Give me your sweets and your lollies. Give me your toffees and chews. For I am the rat of the highway. The highway. The highway. Yes, I am the rat of the highway, and nobody dares to refuse." So he didn't even leave the ants out of his theft. He wanted to steal things from the ants also. "We have no sweets," the ants replied. "We just have this nice green leaf." "Oh, no, you don't. Not anymore," declared the highway thief. "This leaf is nasty and bitter. This leaf is as thin as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and this leaf belongs to me." So the highway rat doesn't even want the leaf. He doesn't like the leaf at all. He says this leaf is nasty and bitter. This leaf is as thin as can be. But since he is the rat of the highway, and since he is a thief, he is still taking the leaf away from the ants. With never a please or a thank you, the rat carried on this way. Flies from a spider, milk from a cat. He once stole his own horse's hay. The creatures who traveled the highway grew thinner and thinner and thinner, while the highway rat grew horribly fat from eating up everyone's dinner. So the highway rat has been stealing weird things. He's been stealing flies from a spider, which a rat would not eat probably. He is stealing milk from a cat. He once stole his own horse's hay. So that's how crazy he had become. And the creatures who were traveling the highway grew thinner and thinner because of lack of food, because all their food was already eaten by the highway rat, was stolen by the highway rat. So since they did not have anything to eat, they grew thinner and thinner. And the highway rat, see, you can see in this picture over here that he has grown terribly fat from eating up everyone's dinner. A duck came waddling down the road, then stopped with a, "How do you do?" "I see you have nothing," the rat complained. "In that case, I'll have to eat you. I doubt if you're terribly juicy. Most likely you're tough as can be. But I am the rat of the highway. The highway. The highway. Yes, I am the rat of the highway, and I fancy a duck for tea." So this duck, she tries to teach this highway rat a lesson, but she has to meet with him first. So she goes to the highway rat and says, "How do you do?" But the highway rat then looks at her and says, "I want to eat a duck for tea. I'm not sure if you're very juicy, or I'm not sure if you're tasty at all, but I still want to eat you because I'm the rat of the highway. Hang on, quacked the duck, for I have a sister with goodies you might prefer. So she tells the highway rat that I have a sister who has lots of goodies that you might prefer, that you might want. I know that she'd love to meet you, and I'm certain that you'd like her. For in her cave, her deep dark cave, right at the top of the hill, are biscuits and buns aplenty, and there you may eat your fill. She says, I know she'd love to meet you, and I'm very certain that you will like her too. Because in her cave, at the top of the hill, which is a dark cave, she has biscuits and buns, plenty of them. And there you can eat your fill. You can eat as much as you want over there. Lead on, cried the rat. And they took to the road which seemed it would never end. Onwards they rode and upwards, bend after bend after bend. So the highway rat said, lead on, take me there. And they start riding on the road, which seems it's never going to end. Okay, so that's where they're going now. They're going to the cave. At last they came to a lonely cave, and the duck began to quack. She quacked, good evening, sister, sister, sister. And sister, 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 a voice from the cave came back. So that's the echo effect actually. So what happens is when you shout in a very big cave, or when you shout from a valley, you can hear your own voice come back again multiple times. So if you shout out a word, you can hear your sound back again multiple times. But the rat didn't know this. So let's see what he does now in the story. This part is really good now. Do you have cakes and chocolates? The highway robber cried. And chocolates, 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 a voice from the cave replied. I'm coming to take them, the rat thief yelled. His greedy eyes grew round. And take them, take them, take them, came back the welcome sound. The highway rat leapt off his horse and into the cave he strode. So the highway rat came down from his horse, leapt off his horse, and then he started going inside the cave. Into the cave he strode. The duck took hold of the horse's reins and galloped down the road. The duck held the horse's reins. This belt that she's holding is called the rein of the horse. Faster and ever faster, following all the bends, the plucky young duck went riding, 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 galloping down the highway, back to her hungry friends. So the duck took the horse's reins, the highway rat's horse, and she is galloping down the mountain to her friends who are hungry, waiting for her. Then they shared out the food from their saddlebags and feasted all night long. Bright were the flames of the bonfire, loud was the music and song. Wild was the moonlight dancing, merry was the cheer and chat, for now they could live in freedom, safe from the highway rat. So they are all rejoicing that the highway rat is no longer there. He's lost inside the cave, and probably he may not come back again. So they are all dancing, eating food, sharing food, having a party. As for the rat in the echoey cave, he shouted and wandered till he found his way out of the darkness on the other side of the hill. So the rat was wandering inside the cave until he found his way outside the cave on the other side of the hill. A thinner and greyer and meeker rat, he robs on the road no more. A thinner, that means a thin who has grown thin and greyer. His color has become a little pale, and meeker, thin and pale. He robs on the road no more. He's no more a robber on the road, for he landed a job in a cake shop, and they say he still works in the cake shop, sweeping the cake shop floor. So they say that he got a job in a cake shop and he is sweeping the cake shop floor. This is the cake shop of the highway rat. You see? So good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. That's what the story tells you. But you should always remember that you should not steal from someone and you should not take their things without their permission. So that's the moral of the story. So I hope you like this story. Like again, I'd like to remind you that if you've not subscribed to the channel, please take this time and press the subscribe button. You also have a little bell icon next to the subscribe button. Click on the bell icon and click all so that you don't miss out on any of the videos that I will upload in the future. And I'll see you tomorrow again with a brand new story. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.